Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we continue to work our way backwards through the letter H. Here we have some miscellaneous H's. We just did a big wad of von Holborne, the great Danish composer, and that was like a big stack. But here we just have 4 CDs. It's not going to take us a long time before we have another big stack, a really big stack, coming up. And that's going to be Hindemith. I'm just telling you right now. He's coming next. But for the moment, we have to work our way through some miscellaneous H's. And we begin with Billie Holiday. Oh, gosh, yes. Lady in Satin, one of her classic recordings. It was her penultimate studio album. It was absolutely beautiful. I love this disc. Now, I have like the complete Billie Holiday boxes. There are a couple of them, and they're all boxed and stuck. I think one of them's over there and one's upstairs and all that. This is the only one in the Overflow room because all of her stuff got collected in convenient large boxes, and so that's where they are. But I kept an extra copy of this just because I love it so much. What has it got here? I'm a fool to want you. For heaven's sake, you don't know what love is. I get along without you very well, for all we know. Violets for your furs. You've changed. It's easy to remember, but beautiful. Glad to be unhappy. I'll be around to the end of a love affair. That's mono. I'm a fool to want you. Oh, these are the bonus tracks and all that stuff, and some other things. It's really, really, really lovely. I mean, her delivery was unbelievable. Toward the end of her career, at the end of these studio albums, her voice was kind of wrecked a little bit, but it mattered. It added to the fun, let's put it that way, just like Maria Callas's did, the voice may not have been great, but the artistry was undimmed. And that's the point. We don't want dimmed. And there was no dimmed with Billie Holiday. She sang her heart out, and then she died of a drug overdose. So, it was terribly, terribly sad. Anyway, we've got this next. Anthony Holborne, The Tears of the Muses from 1599. Well, that's a step back from Billie Holiday, isn't it? Oh, it's so much fun. This is Pavans, Galliards, and other things. I can't even see what this says. Almonds. There we go. Yes, they're almonds. It's allemande. You get it, allemande. Yes, they're almonds. That's what they called them in 1599 when you couldn't even spell your own name the same way twice on different days. And it's all performed. This is lovely. By Hesperian 21. That is Jordi Savall and crew. Before he became an insane megalomaniac doing, romantic music that he has no business touching with a 10-foot viol. So here we've got like a really nice disc of consort music. It basically is what it is. And it's delicious. It's Elizabethan Consort Music Volume 2 is what this is part of. And it's got all kinds of fun stuff. The Tears of the Muses. Well, that's what it's called. Hi-Ho Holiday and The Image of Melancholy and The Fruit of Love and The Funerals and then Pavans and Galliards, The Sighs, The Honeysuckle. Oh, it's just lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely music. Beautifully played, beautifully recorded. Oh, would that Savall had just stuck with it. What was the problem? Anyway, then we've got Volume 1 in the Klassische Moderne series featuring Christopher Hogwood as conductor. I give him credit for his work as a conductor. He did the things that he knew he could do well. That is neoclassical music, neo-Baroque music, when he did 20th century music. And here we have 3 really fine works, very well done. You've got the Honegger Symphony No. 4, Deliciae Basiliensis, which is just a beautiful pastoral work, spooky in places, really haunting. Stravinsky's Concerto in D for strings, which is just dry as dust and completely lacking in any kind of expressive nuance at all. It's a terrible work. And then we've got, that was a Paul Sacher commission, and Stravinsky really was not at his best in that piece from 46. And then also from 46, Martineau's Toccata e Due Canzoni, which is great. Oh, it's wonderful. The opening toccata is brilliant. It's one of the most delightful pieces you've ever heard for chamber orchestra. And the canzones, numbers 1 and 2, are, well, the first one is very creepy, spooky, and the last one is very turbulent and dissonant, leading to a hard-fought, triumphant ending. It's a much more expressive piece than the title would suggest. And it's very nicely performed by the Kammer Orchestra Basel. There were a couple discs, I think 3 in this series, but this is the one that I have under H for Hogwood, just to remind me that it exists. Then we've got, on Naxos, Leopold Hoffman. He lived from 1738 to 1793. 5 symphonies in B flat, F major, D major, F major, and C major. And they're charming and, typical pieces of the classical symphonic art in 3 and 4 movements. And they sound kind of like Haydn, only less interesting. I mean, that's what you kind of get from this period. But they're very nice performances with the Northern Chamber Orchestra under Nicholas Ward. I collect 18th century symphonies, and this is part of a series on Naxos, the 18th century symphony. So why not give it a shot if you're interested in 18th century symphonies? Leopold Hoffman was he was a name back in the day. He isn't one now, but he was. And, you're not going to be disappointed if you come in with the right expectations. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.